For years, we've been told that ancient booby traps are nothing more than Hollywood fiction. We were told they were clever myths designed to sell movie tickets. But as we explore deeper into the Earth in 2026, we are discovering a much darker reality. Archaeologists are now documenting sites where ancient security systems remain fully functional. These aren't just ruins, they are precision-engineered machines. They don't use batteries or electricity. Instead, they use the laws of physics to wait, silently, for thousands of years to lure and catch unsuspecting prey. By utilizing gravity and potential energy, these subterranean sentinels are still armed and dangerous. From gravity-fed sand traps that bury intruders alive to chemical tripwires that poison the very air, these mechanisms have remained primed since the day they were sealed. Today, we are performing a technical breakdown of 5 burial chambers where the traps are still live. We're analyzing the incredible engineering and the deep-seated paranoia that turned these tombs into permanent, lethal fortresses. This is Vestige. Deep beneath a man-made mountain in central China lies a tomb so dangerous that modern archaeology has refused to open it ever since. This is the final resting place of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. For over 2 millennia, his inner sanctum has remained sealed, guarded not just by stone, but by a sophisticated atmospheric weapon. Modern sensors placed above the mound have detected high-toxicity vapor readings that shouldn't exist in nature. These aren't just random traces, they are massive plumes of mercury vapor. This data confirms ancient records which claim the emperor built a miniature map of his empire, complete with flowing rivers and vast oceans made entirely of liquid mercury. But the poison air is only the first layer. Historical texts describe automated crossbow arrays, kinetic weapon systems designed to fire instantly if a tomb door is breached. These mechanisms utilize bronze tension springs and weighted triggers that, if maintained in an oxygen-free environment, could still be primed to fire. It is a dual-layered defense, a chemical deterrent to rot the lungs, and a mechanical sentinel to pierce the heart. This mastery of liquid engineering isn't unique to the East. While the Chinese utilized the weight and toxicity of mercury, thousands of miles away in the scorching deserts of Egypt, architects were mastering a different fluid, sand. Just as the emperor's mercury circulation system utilized gravity to simulate eternal life, the Egyptian engineers at Saqqara were developing hydraulic pressure systems designed to deliver a very different kind of death. To understand how they turned a grain of sand into a 30-ton deadfall, we have to travel to the Great Pit of Saqqara. While the Chinese emperors mastered the chemistry of poison, the architects of Saqqara mastered the weight of the earth itself. Deep beneath the Egyptian sands lies a security system that doesn't rely on gears or springs. It relies on a principle of physics called sand liquefaction. This is the sand drain mechanism. It is a trap that is as simple as it is terrifying. The engineering is brilliant in its cruelty. A massive granite slab weighing upwards of 20 tons is suspended at the top of a shaft. It is held in place by nothing but a shaky mound of special, fine-grained sand. Below this chamber is a series of drainage holes plugged by smaller stones. If a looter disturbs the key stone at the bottom, the sand begins to flow like water through the drains. As the sand empties, the support vanishes and the granite slab falls. There is no sound, no warning, just 20 tons of stone sealing the corridor forever. In 2025, high-resolution ground-penetrating radar revealed that these systems are far more common than we realized. Scans of unexplored shafts have identified heavy granite slabs positioned directly above false floorboards. These floors are designed to look solid, but they are structurally compromised. The moment a human-sized weight is applied, the floor collapses into a pit, and the overhead deadfall is triggered simultaneously. It is a dual-action system. You fall, and then the ceiling follows you down. But Egypt wasn't the only civilization to weaponize gravity. High in the Peruvian Andes, the Cloud Warriors took this concept out of the burial shafts and onto the cliffsides. They moved away from the slow-moving hydraulics of sand and toward a much faster, much more violent activator. To see how they turned a mountain path into a hair-trigger weapon, we must look at the kinetic tripwires of the Chachapoya. High above the Ukubamba Valley, the Chachapoya, also known as the Warriors of the Clouds, engineered a defense system that turned the very terrain into a weapon. Unlike the closed vaults of Egypt, these tombs are perched on vertical cliffs, seemingly accessible only to birds. But for those desperate enough to climb, the Chachapoya installed kinetic tripwires that utilize the physics of the lever. The mechanism is a masterpiece of balance and tension. These aren't just random rock falls, they are cantilevered structures. Massive piles of jagged limestone rubble are balanced on stone plates that project over the climbing paths. These plates are held in a state of delicate equilibrium by counterweights hidden behind the tomb's facade. One wrong handhold, one minor weight shift, and the balance is broken. The result isn't just a falling rock, it's a targeted avalanche. Recent drone surveys have captured the terrifying sensitivity of these structures. Even after 500 years of exposure to the elements, these triggers respond to the slightest vibration. The Cloud Warriors understood that they didn't need a heavy door to keep people out. They just needed to make the ascent mathematically impossible. It is a system designed to punish the act of climbing itself. But as we move from the external cliffs of South America to the dense jungles of Mesoamerica, the nature of ancient security changes again. The Maya and the Aztecs didn't just place traps on their structures. They built the traps into the foundations. They moved away from simple gravity drops and leaned toward a much more final solution: the internal structural failsafe. To see how a single stone can bring down an entire temple, we must investigate the self-destructing vaults of the Maya. We're halfway through the 5 ancient tombs protected by traps that still function. If you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. In the rainforests of Mesoamerica, the Maya developed a security philosophy based on total structural sacrifice. While other cultures built traps to kill the intruder, the Maya built traps to erase the room itself. This is the rubble-filled technique, a sophisticated failsafe that turns a masterpiece of architecture into a self-destructing tomb. The engineering relies on a keystone system. The inner vaults were often built with an intentional structural weakness: a single, load-bearing block hidden behind a decorative artifact or a false altar. This block acts as a mechanical plug, holding back a massive volume of loose rubble packed into the pyramid's core. If an unauthorized person removes that specific stone, the internal pressure is released instantly. The result is a catastrophic internal collapse, burying the thief, the treasure, and the history of the site under a mountain of stone in a matter of seconds. What is most impressive is the precision of the interlocking masonry. This isn't just a pile of rocks. It is a system of constant tension. These stones have maintained their structural load for over 12 centuries, balanced so perfectly that they require a specific sequence of movement to trigger. The Maya didn't just build with stone, they built with the weight of time itself. By utilizing the friction between precisely carved blocks, they ensured their failsafe would remain armed long after the last priest left the temple. While the architects of Egypt and China used stone and poison, the Kushite kings of Sudan mastered a different element: the Earth's own veins. Deep beneath the desert surface, the royal tombs of the Black Pharaohs utilize a defense mechanism that is practically impossible to disarm. This is hydraulic siphon engineering, a system that uses water as a permanent, lethal barrier. Unlike most burials designed to stay dry, these tombs were intentionally cut below the local water table. The engineering relies on a principle of fluid dynamics. The descending chambers were constructed as a series of pressure valves. As long as the tomb remains sealed, air pressure keeps the water at a manageable level. But the moment an intruder breaches the entrance seal, the atmospheric pressure shifts, creating a vacuum effect. This is where the siphon activates. The groundwater from the Nile isn't just seeping in. It is aggressively sucked into the narrow stairwells at high pressure. This creates a perpetual drowning machine. Even in 2026, modern archaeologists equipped with professional diving gear and underwater drones struggle to navigate these chambers. The water is pitch black, filled with centuries of sediment, and churns with artificial currents that shouldn't exist in a static tomb. The Kushite engineers turned the Nile into a sentinel. To reach the sarcophagus, a looter doesn't just need to break a lock, they need to defeat the river itself. It is a zero-maintenance security system that effectively drowns the curiosity of the modern world. It is the ultimate deterrent, a tomb that is always armed, as long as the river continues to flow. As we analyze these subterranean sentinels, a chilling pattern emerges. While modern security depends on electricity, software, batteries, things that fail within decades, ancient engineers relied on the laws of physics. They utilized gravity, fluid dynamics, and potential energy to create permanent, zero-maintenance defense systems. These architects didn't just build for their kings, they built for eternity. They understood that as long as the Earth has gravity and the air has weight, their traps would never need a power outlet to stay lethal. We think we are the peak of civilization, but we are the only ones who need a battery to stay safe. They built a world that protects itself, and in the dark, silent corners of the Earth, those systems are still waiting. If you would love to find out more about the lost knowledge mysteries and dark history hidden deep in the shadows of planet Earth, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications.